Hey everybody, it's JK coming back with round two of the Master Cleanse. I decided to do it because I know that last time I did it, I was a little naive in uh, about what I was supposed to do after the fact, after the cleanse. Of course, I had a lot of ideas, and I think I overwhelmed myself with so many ideas that I couldn't decide what to do. So for the rest of the year, I tried a couple of other things. Yes, I did the low carb, but I also read this book called The Body RX, which for me was a really good book. It was easy to do. The diet was, or the way of eating was really easy for me. There was a lot of protein, a lot of lifting, not so much with the cardio, but I think I'm gonna do cardio because I used to do cardio all the time, and for some reason I stopped doing it, and I don't know why. Uh, so I have a couple of goals for this year, and I had goals the last time I did the cleanse, and I think that the cleanse and the goals that I had last year helped me get into the mind frame I'm in now in 2009. I don't want to be, one of those people that says, "Oh, it's my New Year's resolution to lose weight," or "Oh, it's my New Year's resolution to get in shape." But there's a lot of milestones this year. Um, I've been a year at my job now, this Wednesday, so that's kind of good. I got a grasp on it. I like my job a lot, and there's the possibility of now working extra overtime at work, so that's definitely good to help me get my finances in shape. Doing the cleanse to one, yes, drop weight because I want to drop weight. I like the way I felt the last cleanse when I dropped the weight, and I know that I kept the weight off for probably about 3 months after. But the summer came, and then I just, it was three sheets to the wind. I didn't care what I ate. I stopped working out. But then I read the Body RX in July, and I started that program, and I did that program for about 8 weeks, and my body looked amazing. Um, it's a high protein, but there is carbs. There's actually a huge allotment of carbs. You just have to choose the right ones, and he tells you how much you can have throughout the day, and it's a daily goal. So whether you want it in the morning, afternoon, or night, that's up to you. Um, as long as you're feeding your body constantly, 6 times a day. It's things that you may have already known, but the book, The Body RX, just gives you basic workout. No cardio involved. For those of you who hate cardio, I actually hate cardio, but I'm going to do it because I like the way I used to feel after doing cardio. And I also think it helps with water retention of the sweating. Just going to give you this quick little intro for my master cleanse today. I just finished day one. Last night I had my tea. Today it was, saltwater flush when I woke up. And I know that I need to do the cleanse because the cleanse, last time I did it, the saltwater flush would go through me in 30 to 40 minutes. This time it took almost 2 hours. It was like an hour and 40 minutes, roughly. But it did the trick. I had probably 4 eliminations today, and majority of it was due to the saltwater flush. This time I'm not doing smooth moves, the tea, because that herbal tea gave me the worst cramps ever. People said try doing a different steep time, not as much, or to pour half of it out and then add more hot water, but it was just too much. I don't know if it's the amount of senna in the tea, so I tried a different tea, which is yogi tea, because I did some research online, and supposedly it gives less discomfort than smooth moves. And I'll have to say, so far I agree. I mean, it was only day one, and my cramps didn't really come bad with smooth moves until about day 5. So I'll see how that goes with the tea. But with the combination of the yogi tea, it's called Yogi Tea Get Regular, and the saltwater flush, I was pretty cleaned out today. So it was definitely good, and it felt good to be back into it. Um, I'm still smelling foods, and when I smell the foods, I still kind of, it's kind of like, well, I could eat, but I don't want to eat. So, I have a goal, and that's the thing. You have to be in the right mind frame when you're going to do the master cleanse, because there's a lot of temptation. You could easily slip, or you could easily brush it off to next week, or the following day, or the following day. You just have to stick by your guns for the first few days. It's difficult in the first few days, and yes, I'm kind of talking to you, Trey. And then it just gets easier. After a while, you're like, I can't believe I was so obsessed with food. I don't need to eat ever again. You start to feel absolutely amazing. So stick with it. Plus, you know, we're doing it together, so you can't let me down. For those of you out there who are on the Master Cleanse, I'm back. For those of you who are thinking about starting it, it's definitely definitely a good thing to do. This is my second cleanse, so I know what to expect. And the last time I did the cleanse, I did 14 days. This time I'm going to do at least 14 days. I'm aiming for 14, which is what I did last time, and I felt amazing. But I'm thinking I want to go to 21 because really after day 10, the days 10 and beyond are just mental. This is, you know, it's mental determination. Some people say it's spiritual. It's, you pretty much test yourself. I've decided that for this month I'm not going to put myself out in such a really social scene. Like I may go out to, you know, do things like bowling or the movies, but places where I can avoid the clubs and alcohol, just so I can, you know, not have to worry about that barrier being beat down and my, you know, the what my what's what I'm looking for. I don't want it to be that tough of a mental battle, so I'm putting myself in situations where I can easily make good choices. Whether it's, you know, I've gone to last cleanse, I went to clubs and I drink water all night, you know, things like that. But I don't really want to do that again. So we'll see how it goes. Day one, just checking in with you guys. Feel free to post comments. For those of you who are my P90X subscribers, P90X was interesting. I like the workouts, but I felt I'm more of a heavy lifter. And so when I was lifting, or it was just my body weight, I felt like my muscles were getting softer, they were deflating, and it's not really what I wanted to go for. Yes, I know I'd probably look leaner in the end, but I didn't want to sacrifice the muscle mass that I already had. Clearly, I've sacrificed it now based on all the eating I've done, but that's a whole other talk show. What I will say is that some of the goals I have set, which I'm sure you'll find out more as these videos go on, I'm going to incorporate some of the workouts into my workout so I can keep it different and keep myself entertained. But that's more to come. So anyways, for those of you, like I said, who are doing the cleanse, good luck. For those of you who are thinking about it, welcome aboard. Come on, you can do it, I'm sure. But that's it. Day one is normal. You know, I feel a little tired, but not too hungry. Every time I felt hungry, I just took a swig of a swig or a mouthful of the lemonade, and does the trick. So, which I was expecting it to do. Anyway, that's all for now. I wish you all the best, and that's my update. JK out.